Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is June 6th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see British Columbia, Washington, Oregon. You can see some high and mid-level clouds streaming across the region right now, but there's a lot of sunshine to go around. We do have a thunderstorm threat here over the next few days, mainly across Oregon, but we do have potential for some of those storms to move up towards the Cascades as we go towards this weekend. We'll look at that in some detail. We'll look at the extended forecast because the models continue to show another deep trough somewhere here along the west coast of North America. And we'll check out the latest model runs on that here shortly. Just a reminder here, if you're going out and about this weekend here, the water is cold and hypothermia can set in pretty darn right quick, and it can really start to weaken your muscles in just a few short minutes. So just going to remember that the air is hot, but the water is not. Taking a look at the temperature outlook this week here. Look at this for Medford, Oregon, checking in near 98 tomorrow. And you can see Roseburg at 91, Mount Shasta City at 94, North Bend. They're on the coast. You're much cooler, 71 degrees here, but areas are going to be warming up. You can see Medford 87 on Sunday also. And looking at Seattle last few days, 66 yesterday, but lots of sunshine out there. Quite a nice day. No precipitation. None expected here again today, and we should be warming up those temperatures for Seattle as we go through this weekend. Taking a look at Spokane. Look at this as we go through Saturday, 83 to 93. Look at Sunday, 20% chance of thunderstorms throughout the day with some still pretty warm high temperatures out there and some warm low temperatures as well. A little bit of a cool down coming on Monday. Taking a look at significant wave height here. So we have had some increased wave action on the coastal areas, but we are going to bring that to kind of a close here as we go through the next few days. You can see there is a storm system out over the Pacific that does bump the waves a little bit here as we go through maybe Sunday morning, but it's nothing to write home about as far as the coastal areas are concerned. And then those weaken and kind of die off as we go through next week coming up here. And if you guys want a nice affordable home weather station, I use this one more than my more professional stations just because the smartphone app shows the temperature automatically, tells me when it starts raining at my house, tells me when you get a lightning strike. It's all solar powered. It's quite nice. Highly recommended, and click on that link down below for 10% off. Now, taking a look here for some of Eastern Oregon, and this includes some of Eastern Washington as well. You can see the 20% chance of thunderstorms as we go on the day Saturday and then again on Sunday here. And there's even a chance across some portions for tomorrow as well. And you can see some of these high temperatures for Saturday. Look at Hermiston, 95, Pasco at 95, Walla Walla, Yakima checking in at 93. So if you have outdoor plans, remember that there is thunderstorm potential this weekend, and more on that here in a moment. Taking a look at the European artificial intelligence, and you can see this weak system kind of swinging through here. A little bit of a trough there, even though heights are still above normal, kind of showing up in the shaded yellow and the oranges here. We are going to be dealing with kind of a weak trough swinging through. Then we try to build a ridge for it just very temporarily, and then we have the zonal flow here as some systems are going to try to move in here as we go through next week a bit. And then we have a stronger, deeper trough here moving towards the west coast of North America. It's been showing up on the GFS as well. I'm going to show you that here in a moment also. If we take a look at the extended, well off into the extended, you can see that kind of moving across the Intermountain West and maybe another ridge trying to nose in here. We'll see how that goes. We're looking way too far out in the forecast to be concerned about that right now. Now, looking at the GFS, you can see the ridge that's been bumping up our temperatures here. Then we go towards the weekend, and you'll see this very weak trough kind of swinging through here as we go Sunday. Hardly even noticeable on the GFS, but that will bring an increase of some showers for some areas here. Cool us down a hair as we go on in towards Monday. Another ridge tries to build in here as we go through the mid portion of the week. How long will that last? Good question, because we've got systems rolling across the Gulf of Alaska into western BC, western Washington, zonal flow, onshore flow here, cooling us down, and then the much deeper trough arrives as we go into the following weekend. This is still a ways off in the forecast, but it's something that's been showing up for several days now. We have to continue to watch closely because you can see that would definitely bring some below normal temperatures and perhaps some precipitation, maybe even some thunderstorm activity here across the region, depending on how things line up. And you can see this bounce around the Intermountain West for a couple days as well as we move on into the extended forecast. And then you see the GFS doesn't have much of a ridge after that. Also kind of keeps things zonal here across much of the area. Again, we'll be revisiting that on a daily basis. Now, look at the European as this precipitation as we go through the day today. You can't rule out a couple storms across some of eastern Oregon, as you can see, maybe southern portions of Idaho as well. Then we scroll in towards Friday, and let's see what the European shows. It does show maybe a thunderstorm over the Cascades here, but not too much activity there. Going on into Saturday, though, you can see some of this activity pick up again across the Cascades of Oregon And as we go into the Sunday morning hour here, you can see some of the precipitation across the Cascades and moving up across some of the Washington Cascades as well. You cannot rule out a thunderstorm with that activity. Blue Mountains, higher terrain across Idaho, especially as we go on in through the day Sunday here. So a bit of a cool down will be coming for some areas with this activity as well. And if we look at the lightning flash density potential here as we go through today, you can see there is that chance for southern Oregon. Then we scroll on in here again Friday. Let's check it out. We go into the late morning and then afternoon hours. Just a little bit of a blip there, a chance. And then we go to Saturday here, and you'll see some of this activity kind of move up across the Cascades. And we go towards Sunday morning and Sunday during the day. You can see it does include some of the Washington Cascades as well. We'll be watching this closely, and we'll get the high resolution models in range here over the next day or so. And we'll be taking a look at this tomorrow, actually, specifically as well. Now, taking a look at 3-hour precipitation in the North American model, you can see these aren't huge precipitation amounts, but again, this could be some lightning producers here as we go through the day today and tomorrow. There's the Friday afternoon stuff, just not too much precipitation, but it could cause some thunderstorm activity here. And you can see right near Mount Rainier here, a little bit of precip shows up in some of the Cascades as we go through the afternoon Saturday. Again, more attention will be paid to that tomorrow. And one more thing here, surface-based CAPE, you can see we are destabilizing the atmosphere here a bit, especially across Oregon over the next few days. And you can see a little bit of that CAPE kind of crawl up across some of the Washington Cascades on Saturday. So taking a look at temperatures for the next few days, look at Seattle today, 71. Look at the warm temperature across the Willamette Valley, even some mid-80s across southern portions here. And you can see east of the Cascades, we're really starting to ramp up these temperatures, upper 80s possible. Look at tomorrow, Seattle 75, Portland probably 85. Some areas getting up towards 90 east, 80 for Vancouver, BC. And then you can see Saturday, 80 degrees for Seattle. Pretty warm here still across the Willamette Valley. Another very warm day there for areas east of the Cascades. Also, here goes Sunday. Still another pretty nice day out there, although we could have some thunderstorm activity ongoing. Again, we'll pay more attention to that as we go. Then we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we start to bring that trough in here, and you can see the temperatures really scale back as we go towards next weekend here. So we'll be watching that one over the next few days as well. Something always interesting to watch in our extended forecast here in the Pacific Northwest. Here's Seattle, Tacoma. You can see this weekend looks like a glorious one upcoming here for Seattle. Temperatures around 80 degrees. And then that troughing here really trying to suppress our temperatures and potentially bringing back precipitation into our forecast here as we go through the mid-month period. Here's Bend Municipal Airport as well. You can see some of these temperatures really falling off after a string of some pretty warm weather as we go through this weekend and next week. Same thing for Spokane. You can clearly see that drop in temperatures as we go through the mid-month period. Here's Seattle, Tacoma, and again, this is that mid-month period here. You can see the ensembles are kind of all over the place right now, and the GFS runs 30 of these ensemble members. We tweak each of those 30 to try to correct for our misunderstanding in the initial conditions of the atmosphere. The blue line would be the control run. Those would be the initial conditions, and you can see it does call for over 0.2 of an inch of rain. The ensemble mean is lower, probably about 1.15 inches of rain in a 24-hour period, but you can see some of those don't have any precipitation at all, and some of them have more, up over 1/3 an inch or maybe 1/4 of an inch of rain in this time frame. This would be towards the following weekend here, so enjoy this weekend coming up for sure. And this is the European here. This is going through this weekend here as well. Maybe a chance for a shower, but very light precipitation amounts showing up as we go through the day Sunday. Here's the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, above average for much of the west through June 15th here, but take this with a grain of salt as well, because during the end of this time frame here, we could start to drive down this trough here. And so this is going to switch up here quickly in the Climate Prediction Center, no doubt, if that continues to show. And you notice this was updated yesterday here. So again, today will be updated and probably start to show some above average conditions here across the west versus the below average that was showing yesterday. And this is the Pacific Northwest 7-day significant fire potential. So we do have some moderate areas here across like NW6, and you can see NW12 there on Thursday, and then 6, 7, and 5 here as we go east slopes of the Cascades as we go through the upcoming week. And we're going to have some stronger onshore flow coming in here with that weak trough moving through here, so it might bump up those fire conditions a little bit here. But we're really not into fire season too much just yet here across the Pacific Northwest, but we will be monitoring this over the summer months coming up. But anyway, yeah, get out there and enjoy this nice weather here, because we definitely have the chance for some more active weather returning as we go towards next weekend. Otherwise, yeah, click like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything for you guys to subscribe or click like here. If you want to monetarily support the channel, I have quite a few members that actually help support the channel. It makes this all possible. It makes it worth my while to get up here every morning and give you guys these forecasts the best I can. And hopefully I can put more time and energy into this channel on into the future. This channel's grown larger than my wildest imagination. You know, I have so many loyal followers on here. You guys are so appreciated, and I can't thank you guys enough for really support you've given the channel. It makes it worth my while seeing all the positive comments. It's got to be one of the most positive commented on channels here in YouTube, I swear, because you guys are always leaving good stuff. You're telling me what you see out there. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, click like and subscribe again, and we will do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.